Nothing fancy, nothing fancy. Weekend wrap, folks. Weekend wrap, of course. Monsanto this week. That was the big news on the GMO front. Monsanto lost the trial for Roundup products being safe, hiding evidence, manipulating data, etc. They were found guilty, and it's only symbolic that first person that allowed, if you will, Monsanto into the food supply unchecked was Coca-Cola. So we salute Coca-Cola tonight and thank them for allowing Monsanto to practice on the American people and figure out a formula on how to manipulate everything so they could just continue to pollute and poison everything that makes them money. I mean, that's kind of weird when you look at it. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little cynical in my old age. What can I say? Weekend wrap, ladies and gentlemen. The Merkin Group, brought to you by the Merkin Group down there in Florida. The question of the week, Greg Wells, he asks this. If he could get a photo of a certain lockbox code. And of course, Jim and Shauna Brown, they obliged him. And in case anybody doesn't understand what that is, when you cheat a photo, you are committing fraud. If I'm going to bitch about fraud, I got to bitch about it everywhere, and that's really not cool for labor to do that. That's why I'm calling them out, because that is actually committing fraud. So Jim and Shannon, or Shauna Brown and Greg Wells, you should really be careful in social media. Business 101 tip of the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody knows what's going on with Safeguard, but they sure are going from office to office to office. Are they analyzing, the state of companies like MCS Five Brothers that are struggling? Let's be real, ladies and gentlemen. The property preservation industry is oversaturated with order mills right now. I don't care who they are. It's just oversaturated. And of course, it's been a failed business model for quite some time. Now it's starting to fold in on itself, the pyramided, but I have to make another comment about this Aspen Grove solution issue. The reason I brought that up the other day, because if that is in fact the case, which I see no reason for you having to sign in through them, et cetera, even if they don't do anything, they just are a forwarding the work order information agency. They're still in the to be named if you have to go to court. This is another company. I mean, they're handling photographs. Something goes wrong, you get a back charge. They claim they don't touch anything. They've sent it just as you sent it to them. That's an unnecessary hand in the pie, if you will. And oh, by the way, Aspen Grove was stuck down your throats a long time ago, and everybody let them do it. My goodness, are there new photo regulations in the property preservation industry, ladies and gentlemen? New photo regulations that require you to make notes on a whiteboard so people can read it. They want you to provide trailer measurements now, draw and paint on your trailers, photos of services you're not being paid to do. Wow. Those are some pretty interesting photo requirements for an entrepreneur, for an independent contractor. Or would those be photo instructions to the impactor? I don't know. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, your photographs, if you watermark them, they're your property. They can sell them. They can do what they want. You get paid for them somewhere because they have your watermark. That makes them your property. If it's not in your contract, never give your photography rights up, your credits on that, because even if it's 1 or 2 cents, you take thousands of photographs. Good googly wooglies. Anyways, short weekend wrap this week. Some real funny stuff coming across the wire. So I'm going to start gearing up for GMO Tuesday. I'll tell you what, there is a lot of chatter out there, but the one thing where everybody has gone quiet, that glyphosate is safe. There's been a silence, a deafening silence from the glyphosate is safe crowd. GMO Roberts, people like that want to lie to people because they have a vested interest in the chemicals. Anyways, I digress. Hope you had a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out of here. Once again, the big news this week was Monsanto losing the trial, $289 million. $289 million, ladies and gentlemen. That is what they got beat up on. And, you know, we all know how this works. They'll probably mess around and find a way, and find a way, and find a way, and Mr. Johnson won't be with us anymore. But Weekend Wrap brought to you by the Merkin Group. The Merkin Group, they are in Palm Meadow, Florida. Do you have collection needs, ladies and gentlemen? Give these guys a call. 866, toll free, 866-447-7044, extension 261. Ask for Curtis. Tell him Aaron sent you. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all be safe out there.